right?
Yeah, I mean, and also like how cool she was.
Yeah.
It's hard to be a young woman in public-facing industry and not believe people and say things, you know, to look a certain way and be a certain way. But Amy was 100% authentic to her and brave. She was so brave.
Truly fearless, and you did an excellent job, Lisa. Thank you so much.
Thanks, so much.
I took away from this film, obviously I've seen it in the past, was Amy's capacity to love was so deep, and I think you portray that beautifully in the film. How did you go about exploring the different types of relationships you see with Cynthia so much?
Well, I think it's sort of exactly what you're saying, is that like we know that Amy had this intense well of emotion, this capacity to feel, fall in love hard, and I think it was just about sort of embodying that in every moment.
Yeah, she certainly didn't do things by half. Talk to me about that first day in your trailer on set when you looked at yourself, full beehive, eyeliner, like in costume. Like, how was that for you? Did it feel like a superhero's club?
I kind of do, you do have to remind yourself that my number one intention this whole time was that this felt like you know, I was really capturing the essence of Amy and a feeling of Amy, that when people sit in the cinema, they just feel her magic again. And so with all of that on top, it was just important to me to stay true to the work that I had done, which was internal work, you know. Of course, letting the hair and makeup.
You know, there's so many negative things that can be said about her because, you know, she was an addict, and that's a real thing, and that's something we need to give grace. But she had a lightness to her, and she was really funny. So, what are the sides that you want people to remember?
She created this music, and it's so powerful. And I think it's about reframing that narrative. Of course there's sadness, there's deep sadness there for everyone that loves Amy, but there's also an immense amount of joy that we got to have her, you know, and that she created everything that she created, all of these songs from her own well of emotion. And we're just lucky, I want people to sort of feel that again, that the joy of experiencing a talent like Amy Winehouse.
That's it, just revisiting those albums, looking at old footage of her. You can't help but smile when you think about her, right?
Yeah, I mean, and also like how cool she was. Yeah. It's hard to be a young woman in public-facing industry and not believe people and say things, you know, to look a certain way and be a certain way. But Amy was 100% authentic to her and brave. She was so brave.
Truly fearless, and you did an excellent job, Lisa.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Life. And I guess one of your friends, we all like how obsessed you became with Amy.
I mean, it came to me. It became so part of me, and I had to become obsessed, and I had to dig so deep into her life and into myself to sort of find how to make this meaning.
Because it's such an interesting one with Amy, isn't it? Because I think the recurring theme in conversations tonight is like her capacity to love was so deep, and it's to her credit and to her detriment. I guess it's truly hilarious.
Yeah, well, she was funny. She was really funny, and she was savage, and she was tough, and she was funny, and she felt pain so deep, she felt love so deep, and all of that is in the lyrics. And so it was a joy to go into them, but it was also tough.
Absolutely. Can I talk to you more about your partnership with the wonderful Matt?
You went to my husband and Matt several times.
I mean, work husband, my husband. Who's to say where one ends and one begins? It's not your first rodeo together, obviously you work together on Nowhere Boys. So is there just an innate trust there when it comes to you two?
Yeah, we converse via dolphins.
He's behind you. Hi. Welcome to your premiere. Well, both of your premieres.
Yeah.
Welcome. Can you talk to me about, I guess, finding Larissa as well, and those early days of working with each other?
It was really straightforward in terms of what I felt I needed. I needed somebody who could inhabit Amy and not just do an impersonation. And I've met so many brilliant and beautiful Amy impersonators, but I felt like that was only going to carry me so far. I needed an actress who could feel and inhabit her from the soul. And Nina Gold, who's my casting director, she presented me with all these brilliant young women, and Larissa was the first one in, who's the reading. And I put my eye to the eyepiece, and she said, "Give me a minute." And then she looked up and looked at me right through the camera, and I was like, "It's her." I knew within an instant before she said it was definitely time to me. And It was crazy. She was the first person I met.
That doesn't lie though, it's really
That
good.
doesn't lie.
Matt, I've got to ask you, when it comes to the writing, you must have been like a kid in the candy because Amy said
You got all her first personal words that she did in all her interviews before and all the videos, and it's just, you know, for me, on that aspect, it was easy. And seriously, if you look at the script, you probably could pay, say, 25% of it is actually Amy's words, and we'll just redistribute it.
I was going to ask that, how easy or difficult was it to sort of go through the song session process just because there's so much great material there from what she left us with?
Yeah, well, we sorted that out quite quickly because we had to, and then we just put the emotional sort of narrative on it. But as far as I'm concerned, when I'm writing and I'm hearing those lyrics and then I can get the images to go with it, it's just an immense high for me. And I think that's why I like doing music films. It's once you get the music, the words, and the image in your head, and then you can stick it on paper because that's the hardest thing. And then you give it to someone like Sam. But it's that to me.
Absolutely, yeah. We couldn't set up a meeting, unfortunately. There's a lot of footage out there of, you know, a lot of their early life together, which is all, for me, that feels quite behind the scenes and quite personal. So I had loads of that to draw through, which helped me kind of understand him and their relationship as best as possible.
It's a tricky one, isn't it? Because music management is about being so deeply involved in an artist's life,
Yeah.
and also having that sort of business boundary as well, right?
Yeah.
And how did you develop that relationship on screen with Marisa?
Yeah, well, I mean, me and Marisa kind of got on a house on fire straight away. I mean, 100% same. But we were really close, and I think that helped kind of find that friendship chemistry that they definitely have. Because you're right, it's a professional relationship, but it's also a very personal one. And I think Nick in particular was extremely close to me. So yeah, I like to think that we found that, and it allowed us to, you know, bounce with each other and find that chemistry on the screen.
For sure, and you know, speaking to Amy Martin earlier, there's a great scene in the movie, like the big rehab scene where it's like two against one.
Yeah.
Was that quite intense to film?
It was fantastic. Like, you know, everything Eddie says, I'm like, let's do that, because he's such a hero of mine. But no, there's a real kind of tug of war, I think, in that scene, which I think Amy really had through her life. She had people pushing and pulling her from, you know, different corners, and it's an interesting scene because I think, having gone a different way, things could have turned out very differently. You know, it's quite a pivotal point in her life, I think. So it was a pleasure to be able to, you know, step into those shoes and work on that scene with those guys because they've had.
I'll speak to you for a job well done.
Thank you.
And we can't wait to see the film when it's out April 12th. So
Thank you, Clara. It's lovely to speak to you. Thank you so much.
What were those nights like?
Oh, it was great. It was, I mean, it was, London is a character in the film.
Yeah.
You know, and it makes my work so much easier. You know, like filming outside London, Scotland, filming in Scotland, it makes my job so much easier.
No sé going back.
It's a good film to enjoy, for sure. Eddie, thank you so very much for joining us.
Yes.
We'll be catching up with Marisa very soon. Eddie Martin, thank you.
Thank you.
Quite villainized in the press and bringing some humanity to their portrayal in this film.
I just think like you can't get to know someone through the press, through tabloids, what have you. So meeting him was important. It just reminded me of pieces that I used to look up to. You know, it was a great era for music and going out. You just had all of that. So I got on with it, and I just wanted to bring that to the film. It talks about football mainly. And then when he spoke about Amy, he was very honest, very sincere, and I could tell it was very emotive for him. So again, that's I just wanted to bring that to the film.
It's interesting that you say that he reminds you of things that you grew up with, because there's a really great scene in the film where you're explaining, like, you know, the beauty of the Shangri-Las to Amy and leader of the pack, because it is actually, like, you know, when you're a teenager, and there's that older kid that you see, you know. What was on there?
It's top drawer.
Okay.
A bit of Ramones. Yeah, it's top drawer. And likewise with Amy, she was clearly inspired by great music that had gone before, and I think it's really, you can feel it in her songs.
Absolutely. Sam Ten Johnson just said you were her only choice for Blake. It had to be you. As I say that, a wry smile spreads across your face. How did that news come to you? Like when it was offered to you, were you immediately like, yeah, I'm doing it? Did you have to take a bit of time to marinate?
So I know Matt, the writer.
Right.
Now, I know he's worked very well and he's a mate. And if he didn't come to me first, I'd have been upset. Basically.
So basically, the film saved your friendship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he tells working class stories well. I think that's what this is as well. At its centre, it's a good working class story, it's something to celebrate by our culture. You know?
Well, that's it, because Amy definitely wasn't somebody who was born with a silver spoon right now. But, you know, she sang her truth.
Yeah, exactly. And stay true to herself throughout. And I admire that about her.
And tell me about you developing your on-screen chemistry with Marisa, because those are cool things. Like, you know, it's palpable, like the energy they had between them. How did you guys together that?
Listen, I just get a massive thrill of that when you're on set and you can put the script down for a second. No offence, Matt. But you know, and you can just mess about and have a laugh and see what happens. And there was plenty of that on this set, and Sam encouraged it, she cultivated it, and Marisa was brilliant. You know, she was very strict with how she worked in preparing this role, totally open on the day, and it's a massive plus to, you know, spend a day of work doing that. It's a massive plus. Plus we're in the pub quite a bit.
Many a ecstasy did you try?
Zero alcohol, Heinekens, other beers are available.
I'm sure. He's a responsible actor. We respect it, Jack O'Connell. As the rain begins to come down, I'm going to urge you to take a seat and have a nice sandwich on the
God bless you. Nice talking to you.
Lovely to talk to you. Guys, thank you so much for joining us right here in Leicester Square for the premiere, the world premiere of Back to Black. And don't forget, it's in cinemas on April the 12th. Should we go watch it?
Let's go to
Do
the
it,
pictures.
Rich.